is their goal. Islamic law denies equality of rights to women and religious minorities and denies freedom of speech and freedom of conscience. Those are Bob Spencer's remarks to you. Ahmed Bedier has made a remarkable transformation from being a decidedly secular Muslim to a radical one. His transformation to radical Islam and rise to prominence as a CAIR spokesperson was no accident. Rather, it was the product of his association with the Islamic Society of Pinnelas County and Al-Farouk Mosque. Two investigations in 2005, one by Joe Kaufman, and in 2008 by counterterrorism specialist David Gabatz, have demonstrated that the mosque is a conduit for extremist Islamic views and denial of human rights for unbelievers, prominent among them Christians and Jews. Note what Kaufman said in a front-page magazine piece entitled Society of Hatred and Holy War. Bedier credits the ISPC with bringing him to his Islamic faith. Shortly after the September 11th attacks, he began to look into his Egyptian family lineage, and he proclaimed loudly on his personal internet site, "Your God and my God are the same being. There can only be one true God, and we witness that there is no God but God. To find out more, please read the Quran." Kaufman also found extremist anti-Semitic and anti-Christian views from Saudi Sheikh Mohammed Salil al-Munajjid. Al-Munajjid noted this about Jews on the website for this mosque: "It is impossible ever to make peace with Jews. We must not enter into a pact with them. We must not sign a treaty with them. There is no hiding from the evil of the Jews. There is no concealment from their deception. The Jews are defiled creatures and satanic scum. The Jews are the helpers of Satan. The Jews are the cause of the misery of the human race. The Jews are our enemies, and hatred of them is in our hearts. Jihad against them is our worship. Muslims must educate their children to jihad. This is the greatest benefit of the situation, educating the children to jihad and to hatred of the Jews, Christians, and other infidels." Has anything changed since Kaufman wrote that in 2005? Hardly. Last October, in a New English Review article, I noted these comments by David Gabatz, another counterterrorism specialist who had investigated mosques in Tampa. According to Gabatz, there was a high correlation between the incidence of Sharia compliance and the presence of radical, Salafist, Wahhabist, pro-Taliban, and al-Qaeda materials. Gabatz and his colleagues have surveyed over 200 mosques in the U.S. and found that 80% of them fit the project's definition of radical. He illustrated this with the aid of pamphlet materials obtained during a visit to a local Tampa area mosque. Here he found pamphlets by U.S.-born Islamic scholar and convicted felon Ali al-Tamimi, now serving 16 consecutive terms in federal prison for recruiting Islamic terrorists in America. Gabatz also found pamphlets by Abu al-Maududi, founder of the extremist Islamic group Jamaat-e-Islami. He likened finding J.I. pamphlets by Maududi and those by Tamimi as the moral equivalent of going into a Christian church and hypothetically finding pamphlets praising the violent extremist views of Timothy McVeigh, the perpetrator of the Oklahoma City terror bombing in 1995. During a Q&A, a member of the audience confronted Gabatz. The exchange underlined what Gabatz had found in his visit to the Tampa Mosque. It was a defining moment when a Muslim attired in Sharia-compliant clothing stepped to the microphone and asked Gabatz, "Do you really think I'm a radical Muslim?" To which Gabatz replied that by his attire, he appears to be Sharia-compliant. However, he doesn't know if the questioner reads the radical tracts by al-Tamimi or Maududi placed at his mosque, or believes the imam who preaches radical sermons at the Friday services. To Muslim Floridians, whom Ahmed Bedier brought to meet state representatives today harbor extremist views like the hijab swathed woman in Fort Lauderdale who said that, quote, Jews should go back to the ovens. We hope not. However, as Bedier has been transformed by extremist rhetoric preached by radical imams, steeped in the Wahhabist traditions, we wonder how many among today's visitors to Tallahassee on Muslim Florida Capital Day are similarly inclined.